Accessory free with Alex and T. Do 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 do. We skunk. I like it. T, why are you wearing safety glasses?
The quickest way to end up in last is by not putting safety first.
You should definitely get that. That's brother. That was too good. Quickest way to end up last is not put safety first. That was not straight off the dome. T. Tell me that wasn't straight off the dome.
I've been saying that for years. That's straight off the life scrolls.
I respect it. My buddy C's lost his eye at the range because he didn't have his safety glasses on.
That's how the story goes.
The shell double hopped and hit him right in the eyeball.
Damn.
Casing came out hot and ready.
It's not what that's not what needs to happen.
Nope.
I don't see you on YouTube. Your stuff still said is unlisted
Yo,
over there
you
because
already know it's unlisted, brother. I didn't even touch it. Thanks
the
for
past two episodes don't even show up in your formerly live
man. I'm
stuff.
man. When they say struggling, my name is next to it. Yeah, it is unlisted. All of them are. Yeah, this one is live in public. Let's go to video viewer. YouTube.
What up? Papa Whiskey in the place to be. We got Hawks 213 in the place to be.
Uh-oh, hog out here. Yeah, they are showing as unlisted.
Trying to keep the people safe.
Yeah, episode 4 was unlisted. And yeah, my last video. Yeah, public. What was that? Fear resubbed 80 months. Good Jesus. Thanks, Fear.
Dang.
Damn. 80 in the bag. Wonder why they didn't pop up. I thought I had all my stuff up here. Well, I guess I don't want it to.
A member has
Oh,
returned
there it goes.
for redeployment.
Why is my stuff frozen? Am I frozen?
Yo, you are frozen. T, what happened?
Far RX
What
ride
the
there
heck?
just
I feel
redeployed
like
with the
Elsa
fire
right
team.
now.
Yo,
80 months
let me
strong.
see, if I put
Good
something on
evening,
you,
gents.
use
Gold
these?
PLZ, gold PLZ.
No,
Yep.
we out here moving.
Yep. That's exactly what happens. As soon as I put something on,
Dang.
you don't even have priority. That's crazy. My computer doesn't even
Dang.
prioritize T.
Dang.
That's my bad.
Story of my life.
I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. I'm used to it.
Shouldn't have to get that here. Man. How'd your weekend
Hey.
look, T? What was
Fucking
the...
horrible. I don't even want to talk about it for
Oh,
real, for real.
sheesh.
Golly, man. Oh, there we go. We jump right into it, man.
Dang,
Yeah, no.
it was a double ass.
Whew. Oh man. Oh man, it was straight. I don't know. This winter. I mean,
this winter.
I mean, there's a couple. I mean, look, hey, I get it, right? It's gonna get tough. It's gonna be tough. Every now and again, it's gonna get rough. But I mean, I know it's gonna sound ignorant, but like I'm pretty good at casting, you know. Like I've been doing it a while. You know what I mean? Like I got the backhand, I got the front hand, I got the loop the loop, I got the overhead, I got the somersault. I got it.
Oh man.
But anybody that been watching me from the shoreline, other than the FBI recently, they would be thinking I'm just out there trying to get practice. Because that's all. That's the only. I'm just getting practice. I'm getting good. I'm getting warmed up. We're getting them rotator cuffs burned in. Boy, I could just let. No, I could have just left my license to expire because they'd be like, "Well, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, you out here fishing? Hell no, I'm not out here. Don't let the lure, don't let the rod and the reel throw you off, dog. Because ain't a fish about to be anywhere near me. Oh my lord."
Dang. Yo, Pat, thanks so much for the 13 months, man. Welcome back.
Pat saw it. Pat was watching. He was up in there trying to keep the spirits up, but boy, them spirits was down.
Dude, I saw you do garage talk, and I came in late. I was like, how did I miss this? So was garage talk after the skunking? Because that was like a Thursday. I think that was on like a Thursday or something.
That was last Friday. I was just dicking around trying to see the limitations of my hardware, and I found them.
A member has returned.
I should just keep my ass locked in here until like mid-March.
Pat the Fool just redeployed with the fire team. 13 months
Ain't
strong.
nothing to show for nothing. I can tell you that much. We got a hype train going.
Yeah, man. It's a hype train. We got 4 minutes left on it. I appreciate y'all. I've skunked since September to October. Yo, no, we went out. Yeah, it is. It has been that long. He has skunked that long. We was out. Me, him, and Rick were out. He caught a fish. He caught a good one. It was that long ago. My bad. I was about to defend it. I can't defend that. I can't defend that. You gotta go to some clear water spotted bass fisheries. That shit, yeah, it's rough right now. I can't say for me. I've been catching them out my little home pond. Just right there out the little home pond. They eating. They chompersaurus rexing.
Oh, no, go ahead, put them in an overnight box and send them this way because ain't nothing around here eating. Hell no.
Yep.
No. So I've been scoping out some used golf club sets because I think that might be the next endeavor. So starting next month, slices are free. Here we go. We're gonna have this
T on the T.
That's a golly.
We already got
I'm gonna be out there, boy. Let me tell you something about it. God.
Yo, nah, man. It's gonna get better. I mean, that little flare we had of warm days felt really good. Had me thinking I could actually go out there and dangle.
No, I mean, so that, I guess, mid-Atlantic region, what makes us a little bit more unique than every other place in the world, it's the famous kind of like fluctuating weather trends, right? Where it's 70 one day, 40 the next. Mm-hmm. I mean, they'll fluctuate everywhere, but y'all got to understand that's kind of like November through March. You just don't know. You absolutely don't know. And the problem is the fish don't know because they're getting mixed signals. I mean, we got air, right? But they got water. So water is going to cool down and heat up not faster, a lot slower than air. So they get a couple of warm day trends, man. They're thinking like, oh shit, it's about to start figuring some things out. Then they get shut down. Like we had iced over stuff. Yeah. We don't really get iced over. I don't know how much ice y'all get, but it's never really icy around here. But this year we were locked up for a few days.
Burr. Yeah, it was bad. This live scope work with golf clubs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but you can definitely try taking on the course with you. I'll go golf as long as I can.
Oh yeah, they got shot tracker. They tell you. Oh yeah, it's a thing, man. Range finders for days.
Yeah. So getting into this winter, hopefully everybody in chat saying they skunked or haven't been fishing. I apologize, y'all. Y'all need to get out there and try to at least practice some casting like T. Yeah, you ain't gonna. You can't come into that thing. Can't go into spring cold. Trying to do some pitches and some flips on a bed and bass, and you over here overcasting it, scaring it away. You just gotta go fish in California, California, Florida, and Texas, y'all can fish all year round. People pulling up share lunkers in Texas. What last 3 weeks, dude's been pulling out 13 plus pounders. That this cold weather got like that. I guess it's that change that we're getting with the warmth that they're feeling too, and then they got that cold. Those fish, the big fish, got locked up, went deep. Everybody started pulling out share lunkers again. I think that's what happened. I want to say 2 years ago when OHIV, and that's 3 years when OHIV started blowing up. It was like a super cold. Then they got this weird heat, and then it got cold again. And you see people out there in 20-degree weather just sitting there with a little minnow and then pulling out 15 pounders.
No, that's. I thought this was America. That's not how we do this. No,
Yeah,
it's a problem.
Hype train's over. Thank you all so much for the two subs, Fear and Pat. Appreciate that. But yeah, so I got news. Earlier this week that I qualified for that Brian Latimer tournament again, and it's end of next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the end of next month. I had nothing planned except local stuff, and that got added. So we're heading over to, was it Richard B. Russell Lake in South Carolina. Yep, it's gonna be a 4-day event.
The lake got a man name.
A full man name, even his middle's in there. Richard.
That
B.
motherfucker
Russell
went
Lake.
to school. Russell B. What's it? Hold on, let me look
Richard
this up.
B. Russell Lake.
Richard B. Russell.
Yo, Richard B. Russellin.
That sounds like a congressman right there. What the hell are we doing with some political lakes? Richard B. Russell.
He did some things, I'm guessing.
Russell Russell Lake.
He's doing like a 4-day event where the first 2 days, I guess it's bank fishing, going over what you should throw out there. Third day is the straight up fishing seminar where you stay there for a class. They feed you, talks about fishing, what you should be fishing for on the lake, and then Sunday is the championship. So should be a fun time. I think I'll be camping all 4 days at the park. I'm trying to see if I can get some extra days. Like I got, and it sucks because if I would have knew this at least 3 weeks ahead of time, I could have reserved some camp spots. But the camp spot I got, I can only reserve 2 days out of the 4, and I gotta hope that somebody doesn't show up for another 2 days, or I gotta find another camping spot, which I heard there's one 20 minutes up the road. So, boy, struggling right now.
Well, just book 2 more days with like a fake name, and just get like a fake ID.
They have no more spaces. Like literally, they have their schedule up, and you can select your days. Like if you're going to the movies, selecting your time to go watch something. There's nothing there. Fake name won't even help me. I can't even swindle them out of space.
I mean, it'll get complicated, but a couple of strategic tire deflations might be helpful. But we'll talk offline about.
Yeah, we can talk.
I know some people. Good people.
So that should be fun. Luckily, that's a Alabama spotted bass lake, so catching them won't be that hard when it's cold. They go shallow when the water temperature is 40 degrees for some odd reason.
So that's next month?
Yeah, it's the end of next month. Yeah, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Okay, well, no, I mean, and I just looked. So that's on the border, like South Carolina and Georgia.
On that Savannah River.
Okay, so no, I figure that's far enough south. It'll probably not be 40.
Yeah, it was. I think Brian posted earlier this week. He said it's like 30 degrees out right now. He was like, wow, I forgot the post, but it was a meme. He was like, some people would say I'm a wimp for not going fishing. They would be right.
No, it's a problem, more than a problem. Well, okay, so you got that going on. I mean, do we consider this the preseason?
Yeah, this is.
Do we consider this kind of like the preparation stage?
Yeah, what's up, Tatum?
Any what's the general any checklist stuff still needs to be accomplished between now and when it's time to start charging the batteries up and figuring out the the quickest route?
Not really. I think
Hell yeah.
I think we're good. I did just buy another battery. Remember that battery I was telling you about? I got it.
Yeah.
They went on sale again. It was they normally go for $250. They had it on sale for $170 on Amazon. I was like,
Dang.
I'll take that. Yo, Ron with the raid. Welcome everybody. Welcome, Raiders.
Bring them folks up in here.
We're
Talking
just
about batteries.
Talking about batteries and cold water fishing. And where you are, it is too cold. That's ice fishing.
Nah, I ain't. You know it's cold if you got time to build a whole house and put it on the water, boy. Let me tell you.
Yo, big facts. Thanks again, Ron. Crow Cloud, thank you so much for that follow.
Heck yeah. All the new folks, let's get that credit card information. Last three on the back.
That's three.
Street you grew up on, mother's maiden name, first pet name.
You ain't gotta do that. Don't do it. Don't. It's only -1 here. Yeah, that's a negative. I'm not going outside. Nope.
Nah.
Ain't nothing good happening. -1 degrees. Ain't nothing good happening.
You might as well be in Canada.
Pat said he's dusting off his stuff, getting ready. Yeah. I don't want to touch. I don't want to wipe any juju off the kayak before the season. To be honest, I kind of want to just keep it grimy and dingy going into the season.
It's not gonna work. Can't do it. The fish know. If you ain't got your sponsor stickers ready, what are you really doing?
What are you doing if you didn't got the sponsor stickers up? It was -17 in the morning. It's supposed to be -20 tomorrow. That's a big negative for me.
Nah, bro, move.
It is
Get
time.
out.
It is time
Go
to live
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's time to live somewhere else. Oh, that's
Get in
too
witness
cold,
protection.
Ryan. It's too cold.
Witness protection. Get out. All right. So we're getting ready. Hopefully, so we're counting down. That's the title, Springtime Countdown. Because you ideally you want to get out, man, and you want to hit the ground running. And
That's normally the plan.
like, so a good, your off season, cold season prep pays off, because when them temps start firing off, and your events start coming up, schedule starts filling up, you got to be places. Inventory in your stuff, get your maintenance going, get your new line on.
I haven't done any of that. You're right.
See, that's a problem.
Yo, you know what? You're 100% right. It's still a preseason for me, but yeah, it is time to rock inventory and get everything set up to get ready for the season. I'm slow rolling.
Yo, SUF stands for straight up frustrated, because that's what you're going to be if you're not. You got to get on top of things. A lot goes into the whole situation. I'm telling y'all. I mean, right now, so the dudes that are going out right now, like that's the dedicated folks. Like the folks, they can identify the attractant with their eyes closed. You know what I mean? Like that's them. That's that crowd.
Got a BP
and
spill when you throw attractant out right now. That water just lets that oil just. Floop.
No, it sits there, it clumps up on globs and starts hitting the bottom. But it's biodegradable, so it ain't nothing.
They walk it off.
No, you got to get. I mean, right now, like cleaning your stuff. I'm talking, and I got like anxiety issues, so I clean my stuff way too much. So this isn't. I'm not going to say here's what has to happen, but like inventory in your terminal tackle. Think of all this stuff, like, because if you're out on the water, right, like you leave and you're tied on with stuff you think is going to probably be okay, but you all know there's been more than enough times, I'm sure, for everybody here, where you get out there and you start reading the room and it's like, oh yeah, I need to switch it up ASAP. You want to know where it is, what's sharp, what's ready, what stinks, what can get tied on, where's my weights, where's my leader line, where's my pliers. Y'all, everybody get your pliers out, soak your pliers, put some oil on it where the hinge is, because your pliers go down, that's a problem.
Where's the Olive
You all
Garden?
know this.
Where's the Olive Garden? Always. Oh
That's what it
snap!
is.
I do need to get more attractants. Oh my goodness. T, come.
What?
Why did we should have? I should have been doing this before the dang podcast. Damn.
You gotta go get some Papa John's butter garlic.
I've called in. I've called in favors on streaming. I did it in Gunnersville. When else did I do it? Oh yeah, I've done it. I've done it many times because I've asked Jeremy for some of his stuff. Yeah, I'm not. I'm never prepared. That's on me. I gotta get better. That's on me. That's on me. Well, I can explain. In Gunnersville, I popped off twice and I lost all my 3/8 ounces and I was on them. I was catching 18s plus. I was in like first place in the first 20 minutes. Felt pretty good.
Damn.
I ended 22nd on that day, but I still felt pretty good. I was working them.
Yeah. Get your scales ready. Ron knows. Tatum's got the Leatherman ready. Have your stuff. A good rule of thumb that nobody ever asked about is especially if you're out on a kayak and you got limited space, if there's anything that you take out that you would not want zero of, bring 2. So like pliers, cutters, you don't want 0. So bring 2.
I like that.
Anything like a rag, something to wipe your hands off, you don't want 0. Bring 2. It's just a redundancy plan. Like if you got, a certain lures or like you got back of reels, if there's something you want 0 of, bring 2. And that's a good way. Like, just anything like if you like a measuring board, brother, if you are competing for money and you have to use a measuring board or else your stuff does not count.
Yeah, you just don't count. Yeah.
You may not have to bring 2 on the boat with you, but have a spare in the truck.
One has to be in the vehicle. I've probably like 4 or 5 times I've had to go back to the truck and grab an extra board, either for somebody else or if I forget it, I have to have an extra board in the truck. There is no way. I would hate to be the guy out there.
Okay, cool. Best case scenario is you don't need it, but it's not always best case scenario. Having a backup, you got to do it. PFDs, got to do it. Some good sunglasses. I got 3 pairs of sunglasses in my kayak right now. 3 of them. And it's because I accessorize, but either way, you got to have the ability to back up. Or if you're out with somebody and they forgot their glasses, it's a quick, just chuck them. Hey, do your thing. Get you some gas station glasses. Get you some Walmart glasses. Just have a hat. Get you a spare hat.
I always have to
get you like a sunshade, one of the hoods to pull over, gloves. Just have like a Ziploc bag with all of that. Thanks. So if you need it, you got it. That's the worst feeling, just to like get out on the water, either lose something that you need or realize you don't have what you need. That'll throw your whole game off. And we know a lot of what we do, especially if you're in a competition, man, you're going to need your mental capacity to be, focused on what you're doing and how you're doing it. You don't want to be thinking like, oh shit, where did I leave my pliers? Oh yeah, it's lines in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like it's just got to be one of those situations.
Yeah, I would definitely say mentally that helps me a lot too. If I'm already prepared and I know everything I have and need, and I don't have to think about what I'm missing, dude, I don't think about nothing else. Just fishing and looking at fish. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big mental power. Positive mental attitude bonus.
Sure. Yeah. You don't want to be your kind of worst enemy on the water, right? Like you don't want to be. You don't want it to be you.
Yeah, well said. You don't want to be the enemy in the boat.
Yeah, like you can't be hitting some crazy flip cast under the docks if you're like, where did I put that damn board? Or, where's my scale? Where's my glasses? It turns it into a problem a lot quicker because it'll go from supposed to be fun to, straight up frustrated SUF ASAP.
So going into springtime, what's your number one thing you have to do every spring?
So I'll get me a Ziploc bag and I'm gonna put in an extra pair of gloves. I know. Springtime?
Yeah, coming like say we're 3 weeks from now, where it's like the beginning of March, going into the middle of March. You know that it's March time. Things are going to start changing. Transitions are going to start happening. What's the first thing in that prep time that you're doing? Because this is springtime dreaming. What you dreaming about for spring?
Well, first thing I'm gonna go buy my license because I got to renew that every end of February.
Smart man.
Because you got to be legal. Um, Ron just hit us with some good information. If you're going to be doing Ziploc bags, get your little pool noodles chunk in the bottom. So if you do happen to drop it, it will usually float for a little bit.
I like
So that's
that.
a thing. Absolutely. By all means. See, that's knowledge.
I like that one, Ron.
I mean, really, it's like my whole thing is I want to know where things are. And what that means is if I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I either know the place, I already know what I want. If I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I don't know the place, I already know I'm going to want to have something available. So when I'm talking like organization, you got your Plano boxes or whatever you're using, no sponsors. You have to have that knowledge because you can't have everything all the time. But when you know you need something at any time, you got to know where it's at. Organization, just putting eyes on it. Just like, all right, I see you got this. Inventory your stuff. Here's what I got. I'm not going to use it all, but I don't know when I'm going to need to use any of it. So let's go ahead and get some stuff figured out. So, I mean, really, it's, like any tool. Anybody that
member
works
has
with tools
returned.
knows that you can have all the tools in the world. If you don't know where you put it, it's not helping you.
Yep.
Typically,
So I'm putting
Panda
eyes
just
on
redeployed
things.
with the
I mean,
fire
I've already
team.
kind of got
13 months
reels,
strong.
oiled up, greased up, all that kind of stuff. So the equipment side of things is all good. So like, I ran the boat motor last weekend just to make sure everything's going. I had to replace a fuel line thing just to make sure it's got a good connection. So the boat's ready. Air in the tires on the trailer checked to make sure everything's floating. I got the air checked on the spare tire. Make sure the lights work. I still have to. I got to deep clean the kayak, but it's not that big of a deal. But
No,
my mind's just like, go ahead and do it. So
Put
it's
some
one of
wax-
those kind of
Put
things.
some wax on it.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't you
I'm
put
dead
no
ass
wax
serious.
on it.
No bullshit. No, where did I put it? It's up here somewhere. I got it over there. Yeah, no, I gotta flip the yak over. I gotta peel all my Gorilla Tape DIY hole protecting skin off of it. And then we're gonna wipe everything down. We're gonna get the power. I got my power washer and my foam cannon attachment from Harbor Freight. We're gonna load it up with some car soap, and we're gonna get the whole thing foamed up from front to back, bottom to top. Just foam it out. And then we're gonna hit it with some car wax. So that's the experiment. I put a little TikTok up, so I'm gonna take car wax, Carnauba wax, and paste wax, not liquid, no spray stuff. I'm talking the old school stuff you gotta grab and you gotta put on there. We're gonna wax all of the plastic and see what it does. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll just smell good for a couple weeks and then it'll be done after a couple pickerel. But we definitely we gonna be wax. We gonna be wax on and then wax off, and that's a guarantee.
Danielson. Oh, real quick, typically Panda Man. Thank you so much for that 13 months. I think I'll be down. Yeah, if you're still in that, I don't know, because you were near Hartwell. I'll be over by, was it Richard B. Russell, at the end of next month. So if you want to come out, let me know.
Old Dick Russell.
What? Yeah, it's Richard. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, then, so now you got to answer the question. What's the main prep?
My biggest main prep around this time is just making sure the truck's ready. I got to get new tires on it, so I think that's happening either this week or next week. Kayak wise and fishing wise, I'm pretty sure I'm with you on that. Get the licenses. My licenses normally I don't look at them until May, but I might start putting them in the beginning of the season as a full prep of things to go. And then inventory wise, I'm just going to be going. I'll probably going to post a list of my full inventory grabs on TikTok. But it's like I said, it's going to be simple. Some robo worms, some missile bait, magic worms, and a couple of 6 Sense. I forgot their long little straight tail worms that they have, and then whatever else I can grab. Terminal tackle, I'm probably gonna have to restock on that. So pretty much like you were saying, just light inventory, but it won't be anything too extravagant. Just some light inventory grabs, and then straightening out the tackle boxes and getting ready for the season. nothing's really going to change. Just if the sun is down, I'll probably be chatterbaiting, and then if the sun is up, I'll probably be worming.
Dang.
So yeah, that's my prep. I think that's what I have. The new battery is clutch. I need to go out and test it because the issue I was having with the last one was if I ran it too hard, I think I was getting too much amperage going through it, and it will cut it. So this battery has a pretty high amp load. I've seen videos where people have it like at 100 and something draw, and I don't think the trolling motor's pulling 100. So we'll see. I'm excited.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But I'm excited. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's my springtime stuff. I'm super excited for the spawn this year because of how light the spawn was last year. I'm hoping they have a really good. I forgot what the marine biologists call it. Whatever it is. A good recruitment year. I'm hoping it's a good recruitment year where they just start going wild and they're just big and fat because not a lot of pictures of people out here catching crazy big fish. I've probably only seen maybe 4 8-pounders caught this whole winter. So that kind of goes with like normally when they're getting big during the winter, you don't see a lot of them get caught, but you'll see them right in the spring and you'll see people pull out like 30-pound bags. So I'm looking forward to this year's spawn transition time. Mostly the transition time. Spawn fishing's really easy. I don't want to harp it, but if there's any tournaments where I know they're on bed, I'm bopping them. I am bopping them off bed.
Dang, they're just trying to get some privacy.
Yeah, no Mike Longan, just actual
hook
and mouth.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Allegedly. Big allegeds. Well, we got a question from Ron. So at the end of the season, what do you store your plastics in to keep them good? I'm actually running them all year round. They don't stop getting used until they're not there anymore, and then I restock. But normally they stay in a bag, hard sealed with either mineral oil or bass juice, which has mineral oil in it.
I'll tell you, especially like post holidays, you get these like shoe sizes boxes with the plastic lid.
Yeah.
And I got plastics just hanging out. I mean, you can label them obviously if you need to, but just something that's like shoebox size. I mean, you can get, depending on which orientation, I mean, you can get a dozen bags and just lock it in. And if they're clear, you can see what's in there, so you don't have to open every single one just to find the thing you need. So I've been using those a lot. And you can get those from like a Big Lots or a Ollie's or something like that.
Oh, rest in peace, Big Lots.
And it's plastic, right? So it'll exist for hundreds of years, even in a landfill. So that's I mean, it's not super conducive to like grabbing and going, but as far as if you know you're not going to be pulling anything specifically for a while,
good storage.
I mean, that's kind of like the main thing I've used for a while, other than like a pegboard. But I know not everybody's got it set up like that, so just something like that. But yeah, I guess it just depends. So Ron's saying he's buying plastics by the pound. All right. Boat bag.
Oh yeah. That's tough.
Get a barrel.
Yeah, when they're that big, you vacuum seal them, or you're gonna it's you can't. Yeah, that's rough.
You know, big bait pharma doesn't want you to know this, but no, I mean, I will take. I've got smelly jelly and a couple other more liquid or gel type, like your Lunker lotions and stuff to sense. And I'll take them in bags, or like I'll heat them up with a hair dryer. I always have a hair dryer here on the tackle bench. Heat them up, drop some attractant in them, fluff the bag a little bit just to get everything, mixed, because you're not going to be able to really, and you're not going to want to, manually cover everything. So you can like shake them up and just stack them and have like a little bit of pressure on them. So that way the bag that now has a bunch of oil and stuff in it is like pushed up against the plastic. You don't want to do those with Z-Man stuff because their stuff's temperamental. But everybody else is, if it's not Elastec, basically, having a little bit of pressure on it inside of the bag with the oil right there, they tend to hold it a little longer. But some of the thinner plastics like flukes and stuff, depending on how they're in there, they might get deformed. Now, some people will take them out of the bag. I know people that swear by taking their plastics out of any type of bag and throw them into like a hard box and just separate them out by color or whatever. And that, like, there's the waterproof ones. A lot of them now have that little waterproof kind of seal around the lid, which is essentially allows it, or is supposed to make it to where the smells and the moisture that's in the box stays in the box and nothing can come out. So there's no like air flow going into or out of the box. But those boxes, at least the good ones, aren't cheap. And depending on how much plastics you have, you're going to need a lot. So I'm not sure it's the most cost-effective thing in the world, but if you really want to lock it in, short of like vacuum sealing, like you mentioned, airflow or moisture flow is really your biggest kind of like enemy at that point. So you really got to lock it down. It just depends on how much you want to spend, really, I guess.
I forgot all about like the gasket sealed ones. Those would work really well, but the problem, you're spending any type of heat.
You got to protect them. Absolutely. You got, it's plastisol. Like, I mean, there's different formulas, but a lot of it's all pretty much the same. Cool, dry place, right? Somewhere big old, like big ass multi-gallon storage box, throw in like some desiccant or whatever those things are that capture the moisture, and just like cool, dry place, man. Store it like medication, basically. I mean, it can feel excessive, but it depends. Like, if you invest a lot of money, you got a butt ton of plastics. It'd be really nice to take care of that stuff. I mean, you're kind of investing in the process. I mean, I get it. Some people are on the water 5 days a week and they're going to run through that, but especially if you're just trying to hold things down for a few months.
If it's freezing, you're going to, I wouldn't be able to help you with that exact issue because I've never had to deal with that exact issue. But from my understanding, especially when it gets hot and baits get like T was saying, deformed or just unusable, normally I have to keep them separated, put them in a special place, and then have them, like, I try to push all the air out. And if it's scent related, like some kind of crawl, I always add some extra bass juice on it. But I haven't had any extreme colds, just extreme heats.
I mean, the first step is the move, right? That's your first step if you want to preserve.
It's the move.
That's going to be the first thing to do. Golly. Somewhere near the equator, preferably. Question though, this might have been brought up last time. I don't remember. What is the new thing now? I think some of the kayak trails are requiring like release footage of the fish, like the weight, like the measure, and then they got to see the release.
Yes, sir.
Is that a thing? Do you know where that came from?
That came from people bringing in dead fish or nearly dead fish. So the video release is so that when they put a fish, so it was two things. You can't have a dead fish. If say there was a fish floating and you grabbed it and put it on the board, just say,
hey yo,
and then they wanted the video footage you putting it back and seeing it swim away, because then they know that at some point that fish was alive and caught, not just picked up dead fish and then dropped. Secondly, it was there because if somebody had a stringer of some sort, they could do some trickery at the point of keeping that fish, and then either handing it off to somebody or moving to a new location, taking a picture of a fish, so on and so forth. Just it eliminates the dead fish thing mostly, and then cheating secondly.
Why do people suck so bad?
Money. It's always money, bro.
I mean, I know this, but like the whatever happened to the dude? What's his name? Like Rob Champion or whatever, that was bending his board, and people got footage of him bending his board.
Brother. Oh man, yeah.
Do you remember that blow up? That was a while ago, a couple years ago at least.
Those hog troughs got disqualified out of the trails real quick.
But like, is he still competing, or did he just go? Okay.
No. Yeah, he's gone. that was. I came in after that, so I always heard the stories, but yeah, no, he's been severely banned from most of the kayak community. I'm pretty sure he can just go into any other tournaments. There, yeah, the bending of the hog trough was a thing. The cutting and having multiple different length hog troughs was a thing. Like people, if they can cheat, they will cheat. It's always there's always something. There's always something.
Man, yeah. No, I mean that turns people away at the end of the day. Ultimately, that's turning people away. Okay, cool, right? But still, it's like, God, Lee, man, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking because I'm too tired to think straight. But the point being is, it's like, golly, man, uh, all this stuff. Like, I remember when that footage of them dudes in that walleye tournament,
Yeah.
when they put the weights in, they cut the fish open, and like it got all over social media. You got people that have no level of cognizance of what competitive fishing looks like weighing in online. So obviously they've got the really good takes when it comes to things like that. But regardless, I mean, the people that care, um, and want things to grow and they want to have these options, it's just like, man,
That's a hard
like
speed bump. It's probably if you're even on a high of, and it came at the time where we're at that plateau of the outdoor industry too, so it was like all eyes. So it became really easy for him to do that.
I don't know. If only we knew somebody that worked at a federal level that could jump in
Uh-oh.
and just kind of take care of some of the
Uh-oh.
protocol, some of the oversight, man. We're already doing a lot of that, but we're not going to go that direction because I didn't take my
Uh-oh.
medication this morning. So that's the thing. I had something else.
Under the bridge again.
No, he's not under the bridge. He's underfunded, if anything. Um, we got to figure out something. I don't know what it is. All right, so that kind of poo-poos on it, man, because a lot of people, and we're kind of like gearing some of the content we're creating. I mean, obviously we got some folks that have been in the game a while, but we're trying to figure out why, or thinking out loud. I saw a video. Chad Hoover put a video up. We have no affiliation, so I'm not here trying to promote or otherwise, but he put up a video, I think it was last week, talking about, and it's a big trend. So if you're a content creator and you have any level of kayak fishing, if you want to get views, put some shit up talking like,
he's doing. He's
is kayak fishing dead?
Yo,
Or is kayak fishing dying?
Should have just bought
And
a boat. Yeah, Chad's on that level right now. I like it. It's just starting controversy.
I mean, it's like, what are we really? And I mean, the ultimate thing is kind of like, no, because there's so many options now, and the same money you would have spent 10 years ago, you could buy something that's much more, official. And then, like, he said something about like entry level kayaks, and he associated it with a $1,500 kayak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about rigging. I'm talking about a boat that you put on your truck and take home, so you can then rig it up the way you want to, or whatever you're going to do to it. And I'm thinking a $15 boat is considered entry level.
Yep.
You're going to be turning people away. Like, it's not just a sticker shock. It's like, I don't know if I even like it that much. How the hell, like, who's just going around dropping? And he even says something like, you can finance it. What? He's like, oh, so you can go fishing before you're paying it. I'm like, no, because now it's a liability. That sucker flies off your car. You going 50 down the highway, you still paying for it. I mean, it's a different mindset, because that's what he does. So I get it. Like, that's his thing. But, the people that are just getting into it, they don't know if that's their thing yet.
Yeah.
They still have to figure that out. So there's the mentality, like, I don't need somebody that's directly tied to the industry to try to convince me to dedicate myself and my bank account to the industry.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a bias pull. And I also agree, but the only thing that helps them in this situation is that boat prices have also went up. So when you start talking about it, you're like, yeah, you can say that 700 to 800 kayak that we saw 5 years ago. Now it's that $1,500 to $1,800 kayak. But your boat, on the other hand, went from $40,000 to $120,000 for you to even be competitive. The argument goes along with it, but yeah, I think kayaks are way more entry level and easier accessible for a lot more people. So that inflation sucks. That inflation sucks.
I mean, it's never like, there's no right way. It's obviously subjective.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think it's. I mean, I'm biased because I got a boat and a kayak, 2 kayaks. But it's like if you're just trying to get off the shore, you're not thinking about boat money
Yeah.
because now you're not thinking about a trailer. You're not thinking about registration. You're not thinking about where I'm going to store it. Um, but it ain't nothing to know like to grab you a kayak or like to be out. Like some of the lakes around here have recently, as of like last year, started a program through the city where you can rent. It's not like a fishing kayak, but it's a Pelican kayak,
Yep.
and you can go out on lakes. And I imagine like somebody could be like, "Hey, it'd be really cool to own one of these and go fish off of it."
Yep.
And that's just somebody who would be entry level into the sport
Yeah.
because they get exposed to it. And they say, "Hey, this ain't too bad." Um, and then great, cool, and there it'll start it. You're not gonna like that person that gets motivated by that is not the same caliber of a person that's gonna go to like a pro outfitter shop, and we got a few around here, and just be like, "Yo, I'm ready to drop like 3 grand on a full setup." Like I'm not saying those people don't exist, but
yeah.
that's not the target audience because if they're dropping that much money, they're not floating around in a fancy storage container. Um, it's mixed signals, man. You can't reach everybody with the same level of marketing, at least not yet. So I don't know. It's just it depends on where your exposure comes from, probably. So it's just that's up for marketing, that's for research and development, that's for social media managers to decide. But considering that you and I, plus our audience here, the folks that are here watching right now, like we are the target audience. Like they want us to say we need to go upgrade, we got to buy this, we got to get the new battery, the new motor, the new sonar. Like we are the market.
Yep.
So everybody grab your pitchforks, meet me down there at Liquid Logic, and we're gonna get some damn answers. You know what I mean?
God dang it. Big adventures. God dang it. Yeah. That is the environment that it's turning into. I'm pretty sure in 5 years the entry level kayak's gonna be a solid 2,000, and then from there it goes higher and higher.
Catch me on Marketplace lowballing like a son of a gun.
Yo, fall time marketplace is a beautiful place for used plastic.
Boy, I'll be sending offers like, man, is this still available for like a Hobie that's like $4,000? Like, yeah, I'm like, figures, man, that shit's way overpriced, bro. Get real, you know what I mean?
Yo, you gonna get the I know what I got responses real quick. You better be careful. Yeah, I know what I got.
Got a psychiatric problem, bro. What's going down with it? I don't know. I mean, look, you're not gonna own every kayak. You're not gonna try out every kayak. You're not gonna try every boat. You're not gonna own all. It just you won't. You can't. And when people come in and sometimes in my chat, not really often because it just doesn't happen, but like I've seen people in your chat talk about, I'm thinking about getting a kayak. What should I look for?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's an hour conversation, but nobody's going to sit there for an hour and listen to you talk about it. So it's just kind of like, where do we start? And I'm like, go like, I used to work at a Dick's Sporting Goods here in Virginia Beach, and then we'd have kayak sales. I'm like, I don't know which one I want. I'm like, well, we got them. Just sit in it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a water tank, but sit in it because your butt's different than my butt. So what I say is comfortable, you might not. So I'm not going to say, oh, that one's comfortable. It's comfortable to my ass, but you don't have my ass. And if you do, give it back. You know what I mean? So like it comes down to everybody's, basically your ass knows where your cash goes. Trademark it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Looking for use because some of you will drill holes. Yeah, the drilling of holes isn't that bad. I'll say it right now. I hate drilling holes in my boat, but I will tell you there are ways to patch these holes now that you don't even got to worry about. You can even just put like plugs in them at certain points and pass through stuff. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And if you are buying a used kayak, just ask for it like a water test so you can understand what you're sitting in. That's not too bad. Yeah, but I can understand the initial concerns, but I wouldn't be too concerned. The newer kayaks now, they want you to drill holes in them.
Oh, they make money off the accessories. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
there's so many accessories to put in the holes in boats now. It's a pastime. It's one in one. Yeah, normally most people don't, but when they do, they realize it don't do nothing. it's you're good. Depending on what type of plastic the boat is, you'll be fine. If it's like Pelican style, I would be a little worried, like the rotomold stuff.
I'll be talking shit about my Pelican.
No, it's the rotomold. I corrected myself. It wasn't Pelican. I was really calling.
That's
that.
right. Don't worry, I got you back. All right.
It was the more so the rotomold stuff. You got to be careful. My apologies to you and your Pelican back behind you.
Mustang 100X X.
Oh, okay.
The most famous one on YouTube, almost.
Yeah, you can't keep saying that many X's. You'll find yourself on different websites.
Don't listen to them.
Oof. Put in plates and a hole through plates. I can. Yeah, nice. That's good.
Oh yeah, when you got kayaks that are coming with like the accessory plates,
Yeah.
they want you to like they plan on you drilling some stuff. Like it's pretty much guaranteed that that's
Facts.
it's just gonna it's a thing. And I didn't know that like TH Marine thing owns that Yak Gear brand
Yeah.
or that website. I just learned that today. Matter of fact, when I should have been working, and I was looking on the website, it says like a TH Marine brand. I'm like,
Yep.
oh shit! Like
Yep.
things are about to get way more expensive because you got all these people doing all this stuff. Great.
Yes, sir. They are a air quote partner of TH Marine or yeah.
So that's a problem. So I think all the 3D printing people out there in the world, now is a really good time for our 3D printing friends to start cornering the market and coming up with some like not necessarily made to order, but I feel like a good 3D printing experienced person could probably snag a pretty good kind of section of the market when it comes to because people are trying to figure out ways to put things on things. Like it's all about like it's the platform, man. When people start using the word platform, like if you're watching a YouTube review on a kayak and you hear the word platform, yeah, that means it's really kind of being geared toward like this is where you start. This is the starting point. I mean, obviously you can make it go float, but it's not reached its full potential. It's just not going to be a plug and play. Like you got to start, look, you got to get the rivet gun out. You got to get the the measuring tape. It's just going to be a process.
Dog balls hit one of the Old Town or Ocean Kayak size, Navarre kayak. They do a ton of 3D printable parts for the Old Town stuff. One of the guys I actually use religiously is the 3D Yak. He has a Facebook page. I forgot his actual name. I want to say it's David. Dude is, I guess he sits around kayaks too much and starts brainstorming and making like tinkering. But he comes out with really really good simple 3D printable ideas. What's up, Solo? And at very affordable prices. Super flexible with because I was asking for colors and he didn't have a green. He said if you give me like 3 days, I can order a green and have a thing set up for you. Sure enough, 4 days later, he's already shipping it. So I was like, yo, this guy's pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, internet. Anybody with a 3D printer right now in the kayak side, they're normally making stuff. It's pretty good. It's a flourishing creative time because I mean, things that you're not seeing from Yak Attack or from Yak Hobby or even from Scotty mounts or Scotty and stuff like that, you can find some really good ideas that people are doing. I think the Native seat risers. Native had seat risers for like $120, right? Just plastic little mounts that you put in and they give you like an inch of height. Dude, 3D Yak guy selling them for $30. Right out.
Still making profit too. Yeah.
Big profit. So it's definitely that time for 3D printing people just to go crazy with it. I've been enjoying it. Yo, what's up, Raiders? Botaphobe, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, everybody. Lurk bait, Twitch fishing. What is that? You just logged into Steam playing that? I like it. He's been virtual fishing for this last week.
All right. So we got that going on, and also, so we got to get my blood pressure down. So we're going to get out of the marketing side. Had an idea the other day. About at some point, maybe sooner than later. I don't know the logistics, but we've been talking about prep, springtime prep, talk about organization, all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be interesting, maybe on like the Discord thing, we can set it up to where people can post stuff, but only admins can see the content to post. But I think it'd be neat for some of the viewers, some of the folks, the audience, the people, man, that really drive the engagement, to find you a box, maybe one box, maybe it's a bag that has other bags in it. Snap you a quick photo on your favorite digital photo device, be it a smartphone or otherwise, and put the picture, send it to us, and maybe sometime soon, potentially the next time we're here, we can pull them up, and we can basically, I'm not going to say we're not going to roast anybody's lures. But we can like put some comments on it and look at what they got, what they're working at, and if they want it, if they're here in the chat,
those old
they could
1970 wooden jointed baits. Nah.
I'm roasting that. Don't worry.
Don't do that.
No. But like, if somebody wants to, if people want to put their favorite box together, or the box they're planning to use when spring gets here, maybe we can do like a seasonal thing.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
You can send us a picture. We'll try to figure out the logistics. And we'll pull it up here on screen, and kind of get some discussion over it. Maybe, I mean, I'll probably have questions, right? So we'll definitely encourage folks to be there in the chat so that we can see what they're working with, and you'll also be able to tell the differences between the folks up north and the folks down south, some of the mid-Atlantic or otherwise middle part of the country folks. Yeah, it could just be an interesting thing, because what I'm thinking could happen is there might be something in somebody's box that somebody else watching would be like, yo, I would have never thought to throw that.
Tubes.
And we can turn that into like an opportunity to get exposed to some stuff that you might not have otherwise. Then you got to go spend a bunch of money somewhere.
I already see it. It's gonna be tubes.
It's gonna be. I got tubes. I got tubes right here.
I got tubes. The biggest identifier from north to south is always going to be tubes.
I love tubes.
Don't put that. Don't put love.
I love
and
tubes.
in the same sentence.
I love tubes. So the thing about tubes, and you really got to think about things when you're putting a box together.
You're gonna get some of that stuff in your eye. You're gonna have salt in your eye, brother. Don't do that.
It's the tubes. I mean, I'll go to bat for the tubes. So we're gonna get some tubes, put it into the world. Any predator fish gonna eat a tube. But I mean, so if people want to put their boxes together and let us check them out, put them here for the world to see, that could be a fun little activity. So just ideas. We're just trying to let the folks know that we get it, right? Like, this time of year sucks for pretty much everybody unless you're in Florida. And we get it, right? We got one of the major, I think the Kissimmee chain is kicking off tomorrow for Bass Pro Tour. And then there's an open at Sam Rayburn starting tomorrow. So everybody's south right now. Everybody's south. It sucks. Solo saying it sucks. I don't believe you.
It sucks here. Yeah, no. Shoot. What was I checking? Somebody pulled out like a 13. No.
Somebody was practicing.
Yeah, and he pulled out a 14
on Rayburn.
Was it Rayburn, or I thought it might have been? Yeah, it was Rayburn. Pulled out that 14. Yep, Lunker, you're right. It was almost a 15-pounder during practice.
So, I mean, it is, but no, it's. I mean, it's testing people, but I mean, you're gonna, when things fire off, and it obviously depends on where you're at, but the way that the atmosphere is mad at us right now, the ozone layer is mad at us right now. Like, it's gonna go from straight dog shit to like hot shit really, really quick. Just really quick. I mean, a lot of, especially your established bodies of water, man, those fish are gonna feel that biological gear change. And just start, like, you just gonna have to buckle up. That's really all it is. So, we gotta really take advantage of the days where it's not 95 degrees with like 87% humidity. Like you walk out of the house to go to the truck and you're like,
Drenched.
why am I sweating already? This is horrible.
Drenched. Your collar look like the
Those days are on the way, brother. They're gonna get here, and I'm gonna be pissed.
your collar look like a napkin holding a corn dog, just drenched in Straight
Yeah.
sweated out. Oh, I got a question, and this goes for chat too. What do you guys think is going to be your most successful springtime lure? We'll throw that out. And for springtime. Just talking to the March. I guess we can do the whole spring. Dang, man. March, April. We'll just say March and April. What do you think?
March and April.
What do you think, T? What do you think your most successful lure and or bait will be for the next 2 months? Or will you be throwing with so much confidence that you won't even cut it off?
Oh my God, that'll never happen right there. But as far as like confidence, I'm going all in with the fire crawl stuff, like some of the stuff I've been making.
Okay.
Um, I think I don't know, man. I'm looking at the wall here, so if y'all are wondering, I'm not hallucinating. I'm just looking at things around me. Maybe. So, and I got one of my boxes here that I need it. So, fire crawl bladed jig. This is Battle Baits. Battle Baits just came out with a new thing that's called the Brigade Blade, but this is the original Brigade Blade.
Yep.
That's going to be coming out with me pretty much all the time. Other than that, what I'm going to refer to as compact spinnerbaits, so single blade,
Yep.
small profile, kind of variety of colors, more brighter colors than darker colors. If the sun's shining and they're roaming, they're looking for a quick meal. So I don't want huge in the spring. So something that's compact, like a single blade, something that's not necessarily compact, but the fire crawl. And then I think I'll throw a crankbait anytime. Like I'll go into the DMV. I'm throwing crankbaits in the toilet just to feel something, just to feel alive. You know what I mean? The point being is like the hard baits. I'm tired of dragging shit. I'm tired of slow stuff. So as soon as things start warming up, they're ready to move, and I'm ready to move. So we're all just moving in a general direction. Like I'm gonna get sponsored by U-Haul because I'm just ready to move.
I'm ready to move.
And that's just how it goes. So then, what do you got? What are you ready to put on?
Mini chatterbaits. I'm just start running once we start getting. I would say probably next 2 weeks, just running mini chatterbaits in all colors of bait fish. So I'll have that off white, that bluegill, that perch color. Just the mini chatterbaits and just running those as slow or as fast as I can. Just covering water, seeing where I can catch those transition fish at. Once I have them on bed, it's probably going to be a little different, but mostly what I'll be aiming for in the next 2 months are going to be the transition fish, and then bed fish. I can just throw a dark sleeper or any type of jig into their beds, and they get pissed. So that's not too much.
Dang.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm thinking chatterbait's going to be my most used and successful bait coming up. I would say crankbait, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, treacherous. There is also the pre-spawn buzzbait bite.
That's a dangerous bite. The little fish don't eat that. Only the bigs hate that thing.
If you
Only
need
bigs.
some excitement in your life,
Yo, you're not wrong.
that's the thing, man. And you can get reckless with it. You're supposed to get reckless with it. Like
You're supposed to be
don't
straight
play
up
it safe.
disrespectful. Straight disrespectful.
No.
You're supposed to throw that thing on the bank line, drag some mud on the skirt, and then bring it in the water.
No, son. Like you just walking. Like if you see like a muskrat swimming by the boat, you reach down and get some of that fur on that skirt just to get some tang on it for him. No, you can get reckless. You get straight up reckless with a buzz. Don't be talking about no ploppers. I don't want to hear nothing about no plopper. I don't want to hear nothing about a popper. No, if you got somebody talking about it, you better stop her because it's going to be time to get the blades churning that water up and just get reckless with it. That's all I can say. So somebody's like, well, how do you throw it? I'm like, if you look somewhere, if you get a line of sight for a cast and you have that instinct of like, maybe I shouldn't do this, that's where you cast
Yo,
it.
big facts.
That's the first thing you should do.
That's a buzz bait. That is literally a buzz bait rule. If it looks like you should not throw a bait in there, you should always throw a buzz bait.
If you hesitate, that's what you should do. Like that's give or take. Like if and I make my own now, so I can just donate them. I ain't even got to worry because I got like 20 right above me right now. Like if I lose this one, I got another. I'll lose that one, I got I'll lose a couple in the parking lot before I even get on the water, and that's just how it is.
So last year there was a tournament on Lake Norman. So these are Alabama bass, spotted bass, and a dude said, and this was late January, early February, which they just had their tournament again, same time frame. A dude said his morning bite in 30, 38, high 30s, low 40 water temperature morning was a buzz bait, and he caught a bunch of bigs, and I was like, there's no way. And then going through and looking at fishing reports, you were supposed to throw a buzz bait, dumb stupid, all the way into every dock because the big fish were pushing bait all the way in there. So it was pretty dope to learn that. And I was going to say, going into this next tournament at Richard B. Russell, most definitely there's going to be a twin buzz bait tied on, and I'm running a shallow pattern early in the morning during those practice days and seeing if they're doing the exact same thing they were doing on Norman out there in South Carolina. Because Alabama bass, I thought I understood them. And people say they're aggressive, they're roaming, they do what they do. They're dumb. They are aggressively dumb. They will be anywhere that you don't expect them to be. I'll tell you about Reckless with Burger King Whopper, cheese, and bacon on it. right. You got to get that stomach tolerance, man. That's a snack for most. No problems.
Golly, yeah. I mean, it's a good time of year. We talk about March, April, whatever you want to call it, man. Regardless of where you're at. Like, and we mentioned this previously. Like, this is really good time to just be throwing some new stuff.
Yep.
Because they're not discriminating right now. Like, if it's a meal, it's a meal. Because metabolism's firing up. Metabolism been shut all the way down all winter. So this, like, if you're trying to get confidence with something, put it in the box. Put it in the box. Absolutely. All the stuff you would look at and say, ain't no way I'm going to throw it. Boy, you better get it on the damn. You tie it on something, boy.
You better tie it onto your favorite rod and just start yeeting.
Give it 20 casts. 20 casts is all I'm saying. Give it 20 casts.
I say give it 20 casts in three different spots.
Sure. Yeah. Keep it rolling. Don't think about it. Don't think about how much you don't like whatever it is. Like I'm going to be taking lipless crankbaits out because I don't have any confidence in them. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to zip it. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to stop and go. I'm a yo-yo, all that kind of stuff. If it don't bite, hey, sure, whatever. Keep it moving. Tie something else on. But if they do, it's going to be time to get some shit done. And things start feeling a little bit better. You get the confidence up. It's the thing, man. I'm telling you, it's a good idea.
D asking, "Wish y'all fish big fish on the ice." Yeah, big fish on the ice they're smart, man. They're smart and they're slow. So it's a lottery pick at that point.
No, if you want to get big fish on the ice, I mean, just go to Alaska and commit, dog. I mean, that's all they do. Just live it. That's a lifestyle. That's not recreation, man. That's Monday through Sunday. That's the week.
You go to Alaska. Nah, man. I would say T. Look, go to Alaska. Try to remember where you saw cover at or like grass lines. You'll probably find a lot of the bigger fish sitting around that. But I'm only giving advice for what big fish do normally in the cold water here. But yeah, it could be different because there's ice above them. Oh man.
No, their genetics shut down. Once it gets to that point where you got like inches of ice for like extended amount of time, man, those fish, they just shut down. They don't do nothing. So like if you take a chronologically 15-year-old fish, but it's lived in Michigan, it's got the same genetic kind of composition as like a 7-year-old fish in Georgia. And I'm making that up completely. I have no idea what I'm saying, but the point is, it just makes you think about stuff.
I would say it does make you think. I would definitely say pattern them the same way you would during the summer. If you can figure out, if you saw where they were in the summer, I would definitely say they're probably there in the winter. They normally go to the same spot. But it's going to be it's a hunt. They're not going to move. They're going to be stuck to the bottom. It's going to be hard to find them. You're just going to have to guess it out. But yeah, that sucks. And yeah, lake. Is he talking about the lake trout? Yeah, lake trout are ridiculously big. Ned rig for largemouth killers on ice. I could see that working. You ice fishermen, I don't know. I don't ice fish. You guys kind of figure that one out. Oh, it's 9:47, so we're 2 minutes late. If you guys got anything you guys want to talk about for the next episode, here's your time to shine. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to see coming into our next episode, we know we'll be doing the box. I don't even know what we're going to call that segment. Check out the box. Something risky. Something real risky.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta get some sleep before I start thinking of stuff. But we'll do like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure out. So we'll get like the Discord thing figured out to see if it's possible to make a channel that, because we don't want everybody to see everybody's stuff until we get to show it. Like we want everybody to take it in at the same time. So I don't know if that's possible to set it up to where you can post, but you can only see what you post. I'm sure it is.
Oh, I got you.
But
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't mess enough with it to know just how to show me your box. Yes, we're not doing that.
No,
It could be, yeah. So
do you have a Discord thing? I don't have a Discord thing. My bad. I was supposed to make one. I'm lacking.
I feel like there was one at one point, but it is what it is.
It is.
So we'll figure that out. We'll probably do a recruitment post before that becomes a thing. I think maybe what we might do next episode, how big's your plane? No. Maybe we should share photos of a couple of ours and let the folks kind of see what we're trying to do, and people can talk smack about what we got. Maybe throw some Easter eggs in there, like a vintage jitterbug or something like that.
Oof.
Just to kind of get the people going, kind of thing. So all your bandito bugs right on the front page.
Bandiddles.
That could be a thing.
Whole bunch of bandiddlets.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Man, you are on a watch list. Absolutely on a watch list right now. So, and I'm not talking about Timex, Casio. That's not what I mean when I'm talking about watch list.
Oh man.
That's absolutely a thing.
There you go.
And the list.
Well said.
Yep. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to my head right now, but yeah. So we'll take a peek at what everybody's got.
Hey.
I feel like a lot of the spring sales are gonna start firing off with a lot of the major retailers.
Yeah, it's inevitable. We're also, because we were even talking about it with the Carolina Basco boys, ICAST is coming up, June? So we would definitely start seeing a lot of new products starting to rear their head up before then too. So yeah, it should be a July. Yeah, so it should be a thing.
A lot of good ways to buy into the hype, but I mean that's what it is. It's the biz.
That's how
It's a very necessary evil. Yeah, so I mean it's it's a come and go. A lot of new stuff's coming in. It's the tide. It's frustrating that some of the lures, especially when you find ones that work and then they discontinue them.
Bruh.
That's, I think, single-handedly the eBay market for lures survives because people can't find stuff anywhere else. So folks are just like hoarding things, keeping it on ice, and it's like, man, I really wish I had this thing from like 2018. Fire up all eBay and get to it, man.
You ask, here it is. MSRP doubled.
Golly, man, people. I don't. Yeah, it's a problem. But if you want it that bad, then that's how you're gonna get it. I mean, I know. Um, there's got to be pros on the Pro Tour that are searching eBay trying to find some stuff. And
What was it? The walking bait, the Vixen. Oh my goodness! I think those things go for like $60 or $70 when they use the MSRP for like 15. I think it's ridiculous, but they're really good walking baits.
supply and demand, man.
All right, T, what you got planned for? What's the fishing trips looking like for you coming up?
On hold. We got rain. If anything, I'll say we're probably Carolina, but I know Virginia's out of the drought because we were in drought conditions since like October of last year. So we're out of the drought, which is great. Since we don't have, at least here, we don't have like river fed. Everything is gravity rainfall fed. So we got that. So that's good. But right now it's going like today was in the 40s. Tomorrow's going to be in the 50s. Friday's back in the 40s. We're supposed to get a jump in temp up to like 50s, almost 60s this weekend, but it's a front coming through. So winds are going to be kicking like 20 miles per hour. Water's still going to be relatively cold. I mean, that's the biggest issue right now because the air will get hot, but that water's still cold, unfortunately. And then you got the wind whipping it up. So you got fish that are already frustrated. And then you start disturbing the surface like that. They're thinking like, I ain't got time for this noise. And they just shut it down. So I don't know. I just got to go. I got to go to different spots. That's a big thing. We're talking vintage. Hold on real quick. I'm going to grab something from the collection. Y'all want to talk about
the
vintage?
flying lure and the banjo minnow have already been called out.
Yeah, this ain't that. Damn.
Sorry.
Feel bad. All right. You want to talk about made for TV? Get your New Balances on, gentlemen. Because we about to be walking, brother. That's a walking worm.
Oh, my Lord.
Still with the fresh mold. I'm talking before you rig it on the hook. Before you rig it on the hook, you got to pop it off the mold, boy.
You have to take it off of the molds.
I got a bag, and you're like, is that black licorice? No, boy, that's walking worms, my dudes. So if you was up around 2 a.m. in like 1997, and you whatever the hell you were doing at 2 a.m., boy, you would have seen you some walking worms talking about they were banned from tournaments because they outfished live bait 4-1 in a made-up study that nobody ever cared about, but we're just trying to sell some stuff, boy. Man, so if you need them,
somebody online looking for them things.
If you need some walking worms,
trying to make
put your New Balances on. I'm telling you, we got them. I keep them on me.
You get that at a yard sale? Where'd you get that from?
No, I ordered it off the TV screen, boy.
And you still holding on to them?
I still got them.
I found my banjo minnow box, but I had no more minnows of banjoing. Never had any more.
Damn.
I have not tried to buy the new ones. So I just gave up on banjo minnows, but they did work.
I got the VHS instructional tape.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still have. Like I watched it last year.
Yeah, mine's is gone. Yeah, I don't
still got it.
Next
time they send a Voyager mixtape into space, I'm gonna ask them if they need to put that on there too.
They have to. They have to save it so when an extraterrestrial life form sees it, they know we was on that shit.
They just roll up, just straight drop into Lake Okeechobee, talking about where's the banjo minnows.
Exactly. We
bring
came
them.
Here. Yep. We heard that.
We don't want to talk to a human. Just get some banjo minnows out here in some 65-pound braid.
I need to see them work.
Golly.
I've got a whole series on Fisherman VHS, even the ones that probably flay fish.
I'm telling you, if we get an extraterrestrial, if you can put an extraterrestrial on a solid topwater bite, there will be peace in the galaxy. Because it'll be like, damn, y'all do this all the time.
This is a thing, This is better than war.
Boy, we sent Scott Martin to the Intergalactic Committee. He'd be in there trying to sell them some helicopter lures. Boy, I tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dang helicopters. That was another. I had one pack. I only had because there was a $20 pack and a $40. I only bought the $20 pack. I say I bought it. My grandparents bought that shit for me. I can't even front. My grandparents.
You should have refunded them.
No. They get hugs and kisses. That's all they get.
Damn, that's like manipulation. But we ain't gonna tell nobody. It's all right. It's only on the internet forever. But we'll be all right.
I was young. I wanted fish and stuff. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody coming out. T, as always, man. Great stream. Great podcast. As always.
Y'all like the new overlay?
Oh, yeah. T made the new over. I forgot to see. Damn. My bad.
It's all right.
We forgot to even chat about that. T got professional with us real quick. He got tired of seeing my Etch-a-Sketch set up.
No, we out here. I'm telling you what, production value. I mean, just go ahead and cut the roof off because we fitting to go through it regardless. Might as well just take it off. Less stuff to clean up, boy.
T sent it. Was like, yo, I know this is kind of trash, but man, what do you think? I was like, what do you mean? Have you seen what I did? Like, come on now. This is fire. This is really good.
Trying to do that. I'm gonna have some urban environments with some graffiti and stuff like that, and a dude that's got a rod tucked in his pocket, like his carpenter pants with that belt thing that flies off.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
supposed to put
put
a hammer on it and stuff.
Yeah,
No, it ain't no hammer.
I never
No,
knew that.
That's a Corrado DC, boy. It ain't no hammer.
Yeah, that's how he keep the X Pride tucked up on him.
You just never know, man. You about to hit that P5 destroyer, son. That's all the block needs right now.
$300 rod. Don't bring that up. That thing's expensive. That thing's expensive. I looked at one. I was
it
like,
ain't no
wow.
Doc Demon, but still, golly.
Yeah, let's compare the spectrum of P5 destroyer from Mega Bass. Is the ugly stick that makes the Doc Demon? Who makes the Doc Demon? Dang.
The devil.
Yeah, the Doc Demon versus the P5 destroyer. Jorts with the hammer loop.
Boy, if I roll up with the Jinkos full of Doc Demons, you already know what time it is.
Have about three of them. Oh no, Jinkos had like 6 on each leg. Yeah, you can equip.
That's the thing right there. Got the whole congregation just popping out your drawers, man.
You out there, you're gonna get caught by game warden.
They ain't gonna know what to do.
They're
calling a SWAT team, boy. They're getting some reinforcements, man. We walking in there.
You got too many violations on them. We gotta call in the SWAT.
We gotta rent the courthouse out for a day to run through these charges, boy. Let me tell you.
Y'all have a good one, man. I'll talk
more
to y'all.
charges than a lithium battery. I'll tell you that much.
What's that? 2 weeks? What's that?
2 weeks. What we talking about? 2 weeks
26?
right now.
26.
That's the 26th of February.
It'll be one day before. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. It's in March. I gotta go. Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah, so we'll show everybody our springtime boxes. A lot of beetle spins in mine. Spoiler alert, and
a lot of beetle spins. All right,
more stuff along the way. So if y'all think of some ideas, throw them in the Discord. We got a spot for it. Put them up there, and
or just
it'll be a great time.
Or DM me or T and send us the pictures of the box. Show us your box, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Explaino the Plano.
Damn, that's better than show your box. That's way better. And you said you were too tired for these. All right, y'all have
Let me get my second win, boy.
Yeah, second win kicked in. You gone. I'll talk to y'all later, everybody. He said.